Hello, 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 what's happening everybody? MCOC Droid does, back again with another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. We are still in the middle of Summer Smackdown. It's still week 5 right now. A few days away from the week 6 Omega final quest, the grand finale there. In case you missed it, I have started doing videos on the epic difficulty of the first 3 weeks. I had done week 3 first, oddly enough, and I've now been going back to weeks 1 and 2. By now, the playlist probably should have popped up in the corner, I'm guessing. Be sure to check it out. I just want to cover epic difficulty for all 5 weeks. And then, of course, I'll be doing the same thing for week 6 as well. And just a reminder, in case you are still playing catch-up or something like that, you are going to need the shades that you get from each of the 5 difficulties during each of the 5 weeks. You're going to need all 5 of those difficulties shades in order to enter Omega difficulty on week 6. So make sure you're keeping up with all that. Still a number of weeks, though, so you got some time to wrap all this stuff up. You don't have to jump right in. So I am focusing on week 4, obviously, as you can see by the title of this video, Delta. And this is the squad I'm going to be using. I took a brief look at the nodes before I got started here. It doesn't look too badly. Let's take a look at the lineup here. We're starting with Elsa Bloodstone, moving on to Man-Thing, Guillotine 2099, Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Doom, and ending with Silver Surfer. So let's get into Elsa. A couple of tricky notes here, but nothing too terrible, just as long as you're paying attention. Of course, I definitely recommend you bringing in a mutant champion. Archangel would be a really good one here. I considered bringing him in, and if this doesn't go well, then maybe I will. But he would be a really great option here. I'm going to be using Omega Red. Just to make sure at the very least you're not bringing in a bleeder that is not a mutant. Just so you're not triggering that extra degen damage, excuse me. Because you'll see here she's got Special 2 Bias, Enhanced Special 2. Again, just try and bait out the special ones, and it shouldn't be any big of a deal. But the debuffs do last 100% longer. So if you do trigger that degen from, triggering a bleed on her, and you are not a mutant champion, that's going to stack up to a lot of damage. So be careful there. Double tap. Whenever she fires any of her enhanced munitions, she'll consume 2 rounds and apply 2 debuffs, so keep an eye out for that. And then Mixmaster. I mean, thankfully it's not tunnel vision, but just watch your attacks and make sure you're not doing the same attack twice in a row, because then she's going to evade it, and you will get wrecked, pretty much. So I'm just going to basically do a bunch of heavies here, assuming the parry works. There we go. Just kind of back it up. Take a parry. Bada bing, bada boom. Really shouldn't be too bad. It's also nice because, of course, she's not generating power too quickly, which is good. See if I can bait out this special one here. Please, pretty please. I don't want to have to deal with the special 2. I thought about throwing a heavy there, but yeah, anytime you want to throw a special would be really nice. There we go. Just kind of taking it easy there since I'm backed into the corner. Let me, there we go. At least I got some room back. That's good. Just go. Oh, that was way too slow. That was odd, so I'm going to throw a special 2 here to kind of make up for it. Just pick some room back up and mix it up a little bit. Do a little combo to mix things up, why not? I was going to say, please don't push to a special 2. Thankfully it didn't. Let's bait out this one again. Why? I don't know why it's, I know that there's special 2 bias. Actually, it wasn't even special 2 bias, right? It was just enhanced special 2. Guess I need to do it again. Just being extra careful here on this one. With the Mixmaster mode, or node, I should say. I know I'm probably being too careful for my own good, but better safe than sorry, right? There we go. Should be enough, I would think. Oh yeah, she's definitely done. There we go. Got a little nervous there for a second, but yeah, not too bad. So let's just keep this moving over to Man-Thing. Honestly, Beardo or Torch I think would be pretty solid options here. You know, Torch of course, can incinerate him, so I'm not too worried about that. Beardo is just a nice little counter to the Unstoppable if need be and what have you. The Fury is enhanced. Most likely, if you're trying to nullify anything on him, it ain't going to happen. Oscillate, of course, can be a bit annoying because it goes from being super aggressive to being super defensive, of course, every 15 seconds. Spite can be a little annoying, so be careful there, especially if he is defensive, because then he's just going to keep building up that power, especially if you have like Dexterity triggered on yourself but haven't used it up yet. And then Nano Plague, if you're not using a robot, this isn't going to do anything. So I think I'm just going to go with Beardo, honestly. I'm just going to go with Beardo and parry heavy, special 2 him to death, essentially. If we can get going into the fights. There we go. I'm like, here we go. Connection issues, of course. Ooh, that was actually kind of lucky because yeah, I didn't have a kinetic charge on me yet. See if I can, oh, it was just a little too slow. I was actually trying to intentionally parry that. I mentioned in one of the videos. I don't remember if it was week 1 or week 2. I've done that sometimes, you know, where you just intentionally take the parry. I would do that pretty often with somebody like Blade. Wow, these poisons are really eating me up more than I thought they would, honestly. Here, come at me again, because, yeah, I'm about dead. Okay, I'm just barely surviving. That hurt me more than I thought it was going to, so let me do what damage I can. That was a little surprising, I'm not going to lie. I guess I will be using Torch. Oh, well. I'll just keep this moving. I'm not too worried about it. So, yeah, let's just get right in there. If I really have to, I'll use Warlock, but of course, since he is a robot, he's going to be affected by those other nodes. So let me just try and melt him down pretty quickly here, hopefully. Keep coming at me. There we go. Guess I should have just used Torch in the first place. See, now is when you have to be careful, because of course, he's defensive, but he can throw a special 2 at any point. And then the Spite. I'm just going to have to go all in here. And this should easily be enough, I would think. There we go. And if not, I had this done from the special 2 coming anyway, so I wasn't too worried about it. Yeah, I didn't think the poisons were going to affect me as badly as they were with Beardo there. So, oh well, that was not intentional, absolutely. Guillotine 2099 is up next. Of course, I'm going to be using Corvus. Armor up is more effective, but not worried about that because of Corvus. Aggressive is nice. I like that. Heavy-handed, her armor is going to be pretty much always gone, so not worried about that either. Whenever the attacker misses, gain a Power Thief passive for 10 seconds, where all hits steal 5% of the attacker's current power. Again, not too worried about that. And I'm not going to be dealing any debuffs that she's immune to, so Empowered Immunity is going to do literally nothing here. So this is a very straightforward fight, honestly. Yeah, somebody like Corvus, Beardo, if he was still alive, I'd probably use him just because of the consistent armor break as well. Thor, Medusa, any of them really are going to do well for you here. Just any good, consistent armor break champion, I think, is going to be the best course of action here. Get her to throw the special. Go ahead and throw another heavy so she can't go invisible. Keeping an eye on my charges. Now, this should be enough, I would think. Boom, done. Easy. Nice. Rank 3 Corvus makes a lot of fights look easy, I can tell you that much. Whew, I love them. Alright, moving on. I think this is Mr. Fantastic next. It is. Very cool. Let's see. What are the nodes on him? So debuffs last longer. That can be a little annoying, especially like after he throws a special 1 with things like the taunt and the staggered, what have you. Just keep an eye out for that. Prey on the weak. Definitely keep an eye out there. Because he'll be getting a lot of extra power based on if you have a buff-heavy champion. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. Permanent heal block. Hopefully you shouldn't need any healing against him. Watch the Stung Once, Twice Shy node here. Whenever you gain a bar of power, just make sure you are not throwing a bar of power for that first 6 seconds there, because otherwise you're going to get that power sting, that damage against you. And then Spry. Again, just be careful. I mean, if you never have Mr. Fantastic trigger and evade, then you're never going to get a fatigue, so that's no big deal. I think, honestly, since I have the one charge on him now, I think I'll just stick with Corvus, and it should be enough. But let's find out here. I'm guessing that heal block might actually count as one of the, the debuff. I think, what is it? He has a 10% chance to evade for every non-damaging debuff on you. I believe that's what it is, or I don't know if it's on both champions or just him. But yeah, I wonder if that heal block would actually count or not. There we go. Just trying to take my time here. Trying to build up to a special 2 early. There we go. So now let's let that power sting shrug off. Going through this. Is that still not in time? I thought that was in time. I thought it was gone already. Jeez. Was that not 6 seconds? It felt longer than 6 seconds to me. Oh well. Point is, I did not mean to do that. It's kind of like with the Invisible Woman fight in week 2. Don't do as I say, not as I do. Be more patient than me, clearly. Ooh, what I should do, actually, I don't know. I don't think I've triggered an evade yet, right? Oh, pushed him to that bar. That's second bar of power. Yeah, I didn't think so. I was like, ooh, I could pick up a second charge, but I didn't think I had triggered the evade yet. And unfortunately, I was right. Actually, let's see if I can. Come on, you know you want to evade. Look at all these debuffs. Trying to bait you out, man. Oh, come on. All that time. All right, here we go. He should be able to... There. All right, so there's the evade. Let's see... Because this should not kill him. Oh, come on! And see, that's the gyp thing, too, about Corvus, is that you have to... There we go. See, that worked in my favor. If you do it with the heavy, trying to pick up the charge after after they evade or auto block or something, you have to connect with the final hit of the heavy. Doesn't matter if you connect with the first one and the second one. If you do not connect with the third, it doesn't count. And I've always thought that was kind of unfair. Trying to shake off at least some of these debuffs. But they just keep building and building and building. I'm making this fight look more difficult than it should be, I'm sure. Plus, I'm also waiting for my... there we go. I was waiting for my charges to come back. And... I'm tired of this. There we go. He's dead. So, at that point, yeah, like I said, I was just waiting for the charges to come back so I could throw a special 2 and end this thing. And I'm glad I did. Alright, without even looking at the abilities, of course I'm going to activate Torch, the pre-fight ability, and I am absolutely going with Torch. Look at that, only 100,000 health, that's not too bad. Let's take a look at the nodes. Shock is more effective, enhanced power drain, of course. Hazareth, if I'm even remotely correctly pronouncing that, I should say. Just keep an eye out for that. This is pretty cool. Power draw. Whenever the attacker inflicts the defender with a damaging debuff, so obviously Torch is going to do a bunch of those, the attacker is granted a power gain buff, increasing defensive combat power rate by 10% for 10 seconds. Don't know if those are going to stack. I honestly can't remember if I've seen that node before. But yeah, pretty straightforward Torch fight here. Just, keep triggering lots of Nova Flames on them, and yeah. Although, did I not get the buff at all? Because those are damaging debuffs. So shouldn't I be getting whatever this buff is, this power gain thing? That's kind of weird. Do Incinerates count, but Nova Flames don't, or something? Very odd, because it said whenever the attacker inflicts the defender with a damaging debuff. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Come on. There we go. I'm pretty certain the power stings are going to take him out. And they did. There we go. I know that and the guillotine fight are really helping this move along because the others I've been kind of taking my time on. So let's wrap this up with Silver Surfer. Let me see. What do we got? Buffs last longer. That's totally fine. Hit me. I dare you. So I'm going to probably use Corvus for this just so I can keep the armor breaks going because otherwise he's just going to keep gaining a bunch of armor from that node. And I have to assume that he's probably going to be getting a bunch of power because if Rich get richer, he'll have probably more buffs than I will. But at least Corvus will have a couple, so we'll see. And then I have to watch out for personal space. You know, make sure you try and not stack up those Furies too high, especially since they count as buffs. And then life cycle. So definitely going to do a bunch of heavies kind of early on, and hopefully I can take him down. Maybe I should have healed him a bit, but oh well, what are you going to do? But yeah, let me start. I'm going to start working him down a bit here. I'll do like 2 combos. I think that'll be... Oh, that was a nice little pump fake there. That was weird. There we go. I was going to say, please, you can go ahead and... Wow, that was bad timing on my part. Start doing some of this. Start knocking them down. Woo. There we go. Jeez, I didn't think that was going to be enough. Gosh. That sucked. Alright, let's go for somebody like Omega Red then. I'm not too worried about this since I still have 3 nice and healthy champs. And so here I'm just going to straight up start knocking them down. Start getting that life cycle timer longer and longer. God, what is up with this? I am clearly not dashing back well today. There we go. Hey, look at that. I actually know how to dodge a special. Can you believe it? Alright, throw that special too, please. There we go. Gonna need you to do it again pretty quickly here, otherwise this is over. Oh, throw it now. Throw it. Throw it. Anytime. Anytime. There we go. Oh, I didn't think he was going to throw it that quickly. I thought I had at least another, like, half a second or something to get in there, get some hits on him, pick some room back up. Alright, let's start getting some charges going. Need you to throw it again. I don't know if I'm going to make this one. Woo. What? Come on. I'm not trying to parry you. I'm trying to bait you. Well, too late now. This is going to be annoying, isn't it? Come on, come on. I know I'm dead. Moving right along. Anytime now. Okay. I'll finish it up with Torch. That's fine. So now I'm literally just going to focus on heavies since he's getting pretty close to the end here. Keep knocking him down. What? Come on. No, that was enough. He was knocked down. All right, let's go. Come on. Finish this up with Warlock. Really thought that I had just enough room in there to take him out with the life cycle timer. But no, apparently not. He had like just enough health or something. I don't know. Again, I don't really know what's going on with the dodges here because they are not working. There we go. Jeez. All right, finally, week 4 is done. Yay! Hopefully you did better than I did. I know I made a couple of the fights look super easy, and then I made a couple of fights look much harder than they needed to be. So let me know if you have any other suggestions or any other champs you want to see me try for this epic difficulty. Definitely still time to test some more things out. Feel free to drop those in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe, ring the bell, turn on all notifications. All that stuff really helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. For now, though, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time.